my season, every season, my season, man, as long as I'm breathing every season.
Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Unrooted Men's Volleyball Edition, and my guest for this week's show is none other than freshman middle blocker on the men's volleyball team here at Menlo College, Justice Patterson. Justice, thanks so much for joining me on the show.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Let's start by getting to know you a little bit better. Now, a theme of this year's shows have been how you are with a basketball in your hands. I hear you aren't that good. So what do you have to say about your basketball skills?
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally not good at basketball at all. At this point, I just joke around with everybody, like messing around, like trying to act like I'm good and all, but I'm really terrible. The probably only thing I can do is dunk over people, and that's about it.
Just because of your size, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So my question then to you would be, how do you think you would fare in a three-point shooting contest with me?
With you?
I know you don't know anything about my basketball abilities, but how do you think you could fare?
I mean, I'll make 1 out of 10, so if you can make more than that, you can beat me.
I might be 0 or 1 out of 10. So it might be one of the worst three-point shooting contests of all time, but that's something we might need to make happen before the end of the year.
Let's do it.
Like a little bonus Unrooted to wrap up the season. I'll be in touch with you after this, and we'll try to get something going, or like a game of horse or something.
Yeah.
Longest game of horse ever played. I have you on the roster as a middle blocker, but you can also play the opposite. What would you say goes into having to learn both positions?
I don't know, just really being able to like switch it up, because as a middle blocker, when you take your attack, you have to come in fast, and then when you're on the opposite, you got to come in slow, and that's like one thing I struggle with. And it's like, so I don't get that many good hits on the opposite, but I'm a really good blocker, so that's like the only reason why I'm there, and that's what I love to do. So, but other than that, it's pretty easy and simple.
If you were, let's say, equally good at both, would you have a preference, one or the other? Would you still prefer middle blocker?
No, if I was equally good at them, I'd probably pick opposite.
Why so? You just love going for the kill?
No, I love blocking, and that's like where you're blocking their strong side hitter. So, that's
okay. All right. You were from Fallbrook, which is located in San Diego County, and it's very close to the beach. So obviously, I'm sure the beach life was something you grew up with.
Oh, yeah.
But it is also known for avocados, and it also has the Avocado Festival. Were you a regular at that?
Oh yeah, Fallbrook is actually the avocado capital of the world, and so every year, I think it's in May or April, we have an avocado festival, and it's huge, and like people from all over come to it, and it's just like it's a really cool event. The only thing that sucks is usually it's super hot, like in the hundreds, and you're walking outside and it's just blazing, so it's fun, but at the same time, you don't want to stay out there so long.
What's the strangest avocado creation you've ever seen?
The strangest avocado creation? I actually have no idea, because I don't eat the avocados.
Oh, you just go for the fun. You don't go to eat it. So you're not a big avocado guy?
No.
Okay, see, neither am I. So I'm with you on that one. But I think to the I grew up near Gilroy, and Gilroy is known for the Garlic Festival. It's the garlic capital of the world, and they have the Garlic Fest, and they have obviously the great creations like the garlic French fries and all that stuff, but they also have like garlic ice cream. And that just isn't something that I even want to think about, because it doesn't sound good in any way, shape, or form. So I was wondering then if there was like an avocado ice cream.
No, I think there's like a couple weird things, like there's avocado lemonade and like fried avocados and stuff, but that's about it.
Of course they're gonna fry an avocado. You start by frying a Twinkie, then you fry an Oreo, then you fry a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and now you're frying avocados. What won't they fry?
I don't know.
I think they're gonna fry every single food known to man.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the team now. In the final tournament of the year, the Oaks snapped a very long losing streak by beating the University of St. Catherine. How sweet did it feel to get back to playing winning volleyball?
Oh yeah, that felt real good, and we've beat them before, but it's just like this time, like they came back with like a little bit more fight, and so it just made it more competitive, and we just were pretty much having fun. And then Coach Ali also ran a 6-2, so I got to play opposite, and that was cool too. And so it was just like when we won, it was just like a really good feeling, because we haven't won in a while, and we really enjoyed it.
Got to play the position you wanted to play, huh?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny how that works out? Now, in most matches this year, you guys have played your best volleyball in the first and opening set. What is the catalyst behind your hot starts?
I don't know. I think the catalyst is just like, we come in there, we don't like get super intimidated or anything, and we just have a lot of energy built up from warming up and all that, and we just go out there, we're having fun, we're like doing everything we're supposed to be doing and just doing it with confidence and all that. But I just feel like sometimes if we lose that first set, then we just start like our energy just drops and we think we've already lost it, but we should just keep going and just keep that energy high.
And maybe in that first set, you don't overanalyze things because there's nothing you can analyze yet because it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
And then you get to the second, third set, and you already know kind of what's been going on. Then you start to think too much. You're not just playing volleyball.
Yeah.
Now, there was also a scrimmage played last week at home against San Jose State. You weren't actually a part of it, but had you been a part of it, he was being a good person and he was in class. Had you been a part of it, how much of a benefit would it have been to practice in kind of like a game-like setting against a group of players you're not going to see again?
Well, I mean, it actually would help a lot because, during practice, we play each other 6-on-6.
Every day.
Yeah, every day. So it's like we're kind of used to each other and like each other's tendencies and stuff, so it makes it easier. But if you're out there like practicing against another team, it's kind of like you're not really worried about losing or winning because it's just a practice game. And it also helps because you don't know their tendencies, so you're actually working on stuff you need to know and being able to read the ball, read the hitters, and read the setters and all that. So it was like if I was there, it would have been a good opportunity to get some game-like practice.
Absolutely. Now, being that you guys are mostly freshmen, you haven't gone through the grind of a full season before like head coach Atlee Frechette has. How has she helped you guys mentally prepare for the long season?
Mentally, since we're mostly all freshmen except 2 of our upperclassmen, she helped us a lot because she kind of helped us with the transitioning of moving on to college sports, and she was really strict about being on time and making sure we're doing everything to 100% and all that. And so it kind of made it so like we knew what to expect, and then we just kind of got into the habit of it now, and it's like it just comes naturally now.
And I'm sure the good thing for you guys too is that you're all in the same boat. Like you're all learning together, and it's not just going from the high school level to the collegiate level. You are getting used to a brand new way of life, and everyone on the team is in the exact same position that you are.
Yeah.
So what's that been like, trying to learn from everybody else on the team?
I mean, yeah, that part's been really cool and all, but it's kind of like too, we have that one upperclassman too, so he's always there to guide us, and like, some of us obviously we're gonna complain and stuff, but Brad's always there to like pick up the spirits and like tell us like, get over it pretty much, and like this is college now, you guys got to learn, and it's like it kind of just motivates us a little bit more to do it. So I mean, it's a good experience, and like we're all going through the same thing, and we all hang out with each other, and it's like I'm looking forward to spending the next 4 years with all these guys.
We say it before on the show, we'll say it again. Brad the Dad.
Yeah, Brad
coming in clutch. Now, you guys have just 2 more games left on the regular season. It'll be the first season here in program history. What's the goal in the final 2 games against these teams that you've already played?
The goal is, just come out there and play them, and just come back with the even more fighting spirit, and just work our butts off and try to beat them if we can. And it's like,
setting yourselves up for a pretty good 2019. Work on building the foundation to get to that point.
Yeah,
right?
we just want to go out with a bang pretty much. Don't give it up easy.
Yeah, you're up against 2 tough teams too. UC Merced on Thursday, which will be before this interview airs, and then you wrap up the year against UC Santa Cruz. All right, Justice, let's get into the final segment of the show. It's called Brownie Bites. I'm going to ask you 3 off-the-wall questions. Give me your best answers. Question number 1, not sure who you're going to pick for this one, but what teammate do you think you could beat in a 3-point shooting contest?
I'll probably have to go with like Ian or somebody, because I've never really seen Ian actually shoot the basketball before, so I don't know if he can do it. So I'll probably if I went up against Ian, he probably wouldn't even shoot, and I would just keep getting my shot.
So you'd win by default because
Yeah.
he's just not going to shoot. Although, I don't think he has a basketball hoop hidden in that rolling backpack of
no.
his. So he doesn't have an opportunity to get in all that extra practice. So maybe you
Yeah.
could get him with that. Question number 2, which teammate hates avocados the most?
Who hates avocados the most? That question is hard. I have no idea. I think I probably hate avocados the most because I've had enough of them.
Yeah.
And especially like everywhere else but Fallbrook, the avocados are not the same because they just seem like they taste different and old and
Well, of course, it's not the avocado capital of the world, right?
Yeah.
So it's always going to be better in Fallbrook.
yeah.
And then question number 3, April Fool's Day is right around the corner. So which teammate is most likely to pull a prank on Zach Hawkins?
Oh, definitely Ryan. Ryan always is always messing with Zach all the time and just like giving him a hard time and like, we'll be in like our study hall or something and Ryan's over there messing around with Zach, trying to like push his last button. So I definitely will see Ryan trying to prank Zach on April Fool's.
Seems almost like a silent joker, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it may, at least from my perspective, it doesn't seem like an extremely vocal guy unless he goes up for a big block.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, I wouldn't have expected that, but now that you explain it a little bit,
Oh yeah.
I could definitely see him. I imagine it's very fun pulling pranks on Zach.
Sometimes like, he threatens us a lot after messing around with him. He'd be like, "You guys want to run on practice?" And I'm like, "Yeah, never mind."
Zach, those are hollow threats. Come on. You know you're not going to do anything to those guys. All right, Justice, thanks for joining me on the show.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Folks, the men's volleyball team doesn't have any games this weekend. The one game they have on the week is Thursday, which of course will be before this episode airs, against UC Merced. Their final game of the year is in Santa Cruz, so it's a local matchup for the Oaks. They take on UC Santa Cruz on Tuesday, April 3rd. First serve is set for 6 o'clock. We invite you to tune into next week's episode of Unrooted. It'll be the final one here in 2018, and Justice Patterson will select the final interviewee by me, Brian Brownfield, right here on the show. Until then, we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.
Yeah. Hey. Every season, my season, man. As long as I'm breathing, every season, my